Welcome to Conversations with Segun. We are live today, and I want to thank everyone who is joining, everyone who is here, everyone who is yet to be here. Go get ready. We are here already. Go tell your friends, tell your loved ones. We're right here on Conversations with Segun. And today we have a wonderful young lady who's going to join us to talk about the boom in the delivery business boom. With the advent of the COVID-19 right now, there's been a large, what's the word now? There's been a drastic change in the way things is being done delivery-wise, and a lot of people are cashing out on that. And so we brought someone here today to talk about it. Let me welcome you again, everyone watching. If you are watching, I want to see you. I want to see where you're watching from. I'd like you to put a comment in the comment section. I'm here, I'm ready. I want to see those comments. If you were here with us last week, I see a comment. Reva Herrero says, we're waiting, we're here. Now we're live now, Reva. We're good, we're here. My guest is already here. She's in the green room, waiting, pumped and ready. And we're ready for you. Please, if you're here already, I'd like you to please share the stream to your contacts. Share the video and welcome everyone and let them know that we're here for Conversations with Segun. We're ready to talk about the boom in the distribution business. Carol Ballo from Abuja says hi. Hi, Carol. How are you? Welcome. Please do kindly share the stream to your contact. Share the video to your contact. Carol said, miss you. We miss you too, Carol. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining. Carol was one of our guests at the one other episode of the program, and she's right here. Please do share the stream to your contact. Welcome all the way from Abuja. Let me know if you're here on stream. I think Oreva is watching right here from Warri. Wherever you are watching from, please let us know where you're watching from. We want to know where you are. Please do share this video to your contacts. Let them know that we're here. We're started. We're good to go. Our guest is here. We want to talk about what is happening distribution-wise. I have a guy. I'll share a story quickly before everybody comes on. Favour also says he's from Warri. I'm here live. Welcome, Favour. How are you? How's the family? Good to have you here. We have a new background today. Yay. There's a new background. How many of us like my background? How do you like the background, Carol? Favour, what do you think about the background we have? Also, there's also someone, Cleopatra Eboigbe, says she's watching from Warri Delta. I say, welcome. Is this your first time of being here with us? How do you like our background? It used to be my curtain in my house, but we have a nice background today. I think this is nice. This looks really nice. It looks like where you would really have a conversation. I like to hear what you have to say about this on the comment section. Carol says, wow, this is looking great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is what technology can do. So we worked on this with something. Carol, don't worry, I'll teach you how to make this happen for you. And you can have anything in the background. But I have this here now. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the distribution business boom. The boom happening in the distribution business. Oh, fantastic. That would be nice. Carol says one day you will have a house like this. Yes, 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 yes. Let's put this as a goal on the goal board so that we can keep seeing it, that one day we should have a house like this on the background. Fantastic. Favour says sweet background. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, my guest is here. I don't want to keep her any longer. If you're watching, if you're here, welcome. Thank you for joining. Don't just join us. I'd like you to go ahead and share the stream to your contact. So do share this. I'm bringing on my guest. Her name is Edirin Esigie. The first time I saw her on Instagram, read her bio, read the post that she made, just one post. I was having a program. It was this like 3, 4, 5 years ago. I was having a program. I'd already concluded my list of speakers, but once I saw her, saw what she wrote, knew she was from my city, Warri, I was convinced that this is someone I need to get connected with. And when I got connected, I found out that I already knew someone already related to her. But she's doing very well. Edirin Esigie is her name, like I said earlier. She's the CEO of J-Etana Logistics. It's comprised of a whole lot of things under it. J-Etana Travels, J-Etana Haulage, and J-Etana Courier Services. Let's welcome Miss Edirin to the program. Hi, Edirin, welcome. How are you today?
Hi, I'm good. I'm very well. Thank you.
Fantastic. Good to have you. Yeah, looking really pretty tonight.
Thank you. I thought I should, now look a little beautiful
Look good
for
for
the.
us, have you? All right, fantastic. Welcome. There's so much happening in the travel space, so much happen in the e-commerce space, so much happen in haulage, in deliveries, in courier. You are involved in that. But before I go to asking you those questions, during how has it been for you this COVID-19 season? Do you believe that COVID is real, or do you think that government is just trying to make us believe something else?
Okay, so I think if you follow my kind of person, I believe COVID is real. And also, the reason why I believe, though, and when it became really real to me, a friend of mine in London, she had COVID when it started, like when Nigeria got on lockdown. So I was trying to reach out to them. And for like 3 weeks, she was unreachable and all of that. And then I started panicking. But you see, the good part was that she got fine. She became well. Everything went well with her. But that didn't happen for my mom's friend. So my mom lost a friend because of COVID. And so for me, it's real. it's real, real. When something comes closer to home, it's real. So that's different. So I'm not even trying to play games with that. I'm still self-isolating as far as I'm concerned. But
Very necessary. It's very necessary that we need to self-isolate because, like you said, until it happens, until it hits home, people really don't understand what they are talking about. In Delta State, for example, where I reside, where I think you are at right now, they just told us that our governor and his wife are in isolation because one of his family members was confirmed had the COVID, and also the commissioner of information, the secretary to the state government, people that are in very close proximity with the governor, contacted this. So the way we see it now is different. It's now hit home because now we know people who have it, who have been confirmed. So it's not like fictitious figures have been thrown around.
exactly.
But that's not why we are here today. Why we are here is I want to look at how this has affected your business and how it's affecting businesses. That's why we converse on Conversations with Segun. I know you are into distribution, courier, haulage, deliveries. How has COVID affected your business? People say that because of the COVID, there has been a boom in the distribution business. I have a story to share. There's a guy, you know him. He used to be a photographer, still a photographer. And
Okay.
during the COVID, because of the way it is, you really don't have jobs, photography jobs, because there are no occasions and all of that. And the guy discovered that people needed food supplies, so they needed to get food from the market, they needed to get stuff, they needed to get all the deliverables that they wanted, but they couldn't get it to their houses. But there was that leverage for delivery companies and couriers to be able to do deliveries even during the lockdown. So he cashed in on it. He knew people who had retail shops who deal in different products, and knew people who wanted these things. So he got what they needed, got their list, went to these shops. The shop owners are happy because he's coming to shop from them even while the lockdown was on. So they give it to him. He delivers to the people for a little charge, and he gets it. And what he started doing from then was he quickly started a delivery company. And today, even after the ease of the lockdown, he's more into the delivery. You have been into it before the lockdown. How did it affect you, Jerry? Take it away.
Okay, so for us, it's been a positive impact, like positive. So what before you need to say so much, do so much marketing to get people to call you. But now it's pretty much people are on their own and looking for delivery companies. They're looking for companies who can carry parcels anywhere. They're thinking, oh, I can't do this myself. Borders were closed, international borders as well. How can I get something out of the country? I mean, there was a time in Nigeria where majority of the people who wanted to send stuff needed someone who was flying abroad. But now no one is flying abroad. Everyone was stuck in the country and you needed to send parcels. So people started reaching out to delivery businesses, and that really brought up the boom. It has been good. I think even in our environment where we are in Warri, it has multiplied the amount of people who went into the business. And so now it's an industry that when we were just one or two or three, you know, that doesn't really, when it's just one person doing a business, it doesn't really look like it's an industry. People will just think like, oh, what's that? But when you have 20 people in the business, it's an industry, and then that you start getting recognized for it, and so more people see that, oh, this is a business structure, which also affects the mindset of the end users. Because when you, for example, in a supermarket, because it's a supermarket, you don't go to the supermarket and price.
Sure.
You get there, you see the tag, and you know that this is the standard of a supermarket. But when you go to the open market, you can do that. You say, madam, no, na 500 I get. Because you know that in the open market, that plays. So when a certain kind of business comes into a city and people were not used to it, they will want to play around it. But when it's become a major industry, you then find out that people just blend. They realize that this is a standard. They flow with it. So you don't have people asking funny questions again, like, how much is pickup? So how much will be the delivery? They didn't understand the difference when we started. But now, I mean, naturally, you just educate yourself. You'll be like, oh, okay, I think I get how it works now.
I need to come up to speed.
Yeah, exactly. But it's been, for the industry, it's been a positive impact.
Fantastic.
Real crazy boom.
I want to take you back. People look at you and say, pretty young lady, what's she doing in delivery? How did this all start? I know you were involved in retail shops. You had huge wholesale and retail shops, your family business before now. How did delivery come about for you? I know you studied outside the country. But how did this come? Pretty lady like you, why delivery?
Okay, a funny thing. So I'm one of those introverted extrovert, or I don't know.
I like when you say that. I'm going to ask you to explain later, but finish on this first.
So for me, I'm pretty much an indoor person. I don't like going out too much. I don't like to be seen too much, and that was just me. So moving to Warri, like coming back to the city, I was always like, oh my God, I needed to get stuff. I had my things in Lagos, I needed to bring, and I was always thinking, oh, and I really hate the stress of having to go do all that wahala, And the same thing, I was just sitting in my house one day and I said, you know what, I want to eat pizza, and I don't have a driver. I needed someone to get me this pizza, and there was no one. Like, I was just thinking, this is so funny. How come in Warri we don't have anyone doing this? So the few people I knew then, I decided to just test them. So someone invited me for a hangout, and I was like, okay, reasonable crowd. Let me just ask a few people. And I did a mini survey, and guess what? 99% of the people there said it's impossible. Nobody in Warri is going to patronize you. Well, what are you talking about? Why should you get a pizza, or why should your food be delivered to your house in Warri? In fact, someone even said, why should a stranger carry my food to me? But that was pretty much how it started. It started from what was my pain. I converted it to, I could do this. I could actually just do business, in this industry, and it will work for me. But then, knowing that it wasn't big in the city, I thought, okay, I should take the risk. And pretty much this turned into a life journey that, one of the best decisions I made, actually. One of the best.
So how before I come to the question of being an introverted extrovert or extroverted introvert, I don't know which one now. Before I come to that question, my question is, how did you really know? Because you saw a problem and wanted to provide a solution. How did you know? What did you look at? What convinced you? What was that point that convinced you to say, Edirin, you can do this for the whole long haul, not just a one-off thing, and I can make money? Because it started as J-Etana Courier, which is supporting most of the small and medium-scale enterprises in Warri. I know of that. Before it moved to haulage, and before it moved to now it travels and all of that. What was the convincing, aside from the fact that you needed to meet a need which you saw that you had, and which was a vacuum in the city? What was that really? Because there are a lot of people who see stuff that are vacuums in the city and they're like, oh, I can feel this need, I can meet this need. but they are not convinced that, look, oh, this thing is going to be, I'm going to take this thing for the whole long haul. What is that thing that convinces you that should convince every other person watching?
Okay, so I think this is where it all starts from. It starts with who you are, because I feel a lot of people know that there's a need. We wake up every day, we all say, oh, the roads are so bad, the roads are so bad. And, there's this saying that you say that, and then they say, if you were the governor today, what difference would you make? That's where it really starts from, that knowing who you are. And, in our journey as people, we're all trying to find where we belong, whether we like it or not.
Sure.
And so I had tried different things. In fact, I had a long list of businesses I wanted to do, but logistics was not there. Crazy part. And at that time, I'm Christian. I was praying. I was saying to the Lord that, I want to do my own thing. I wanted to create my own niche. I wanted to just do something. But it wasn't about being unique, like, oh, I created this, I'm innovative. It was about having to create your own name, go on this journey on your own without, oh, my family did this or everybody around me does this type of business. And it was funny that I'm really good at strategies and scheduling. So I didn't know that this gift I have can work in logistics. So at the time I saw the need, I was just thinking of a solution. I wasn't really thinking. So I think for most people, it's more about finding who you are so that you don't go with fads or you don't go with what's trending. Because a lot of people will say, oh, Kayamata is selling. Everybody's selling Kayamata. Oh, people have boutiques around the town. If you come to Warri, when I came, it was boutiques every corner. In fact, every 2 shops you pass is a boutique, And then there was a time that, oh, everybody thought it's until I open a supermarket, because if there's a boom now in logistics, so you're going to have a lot of people come into it, because that's what's happening. Or there's a boom in Kayamata. So many people are going to do that, but that's not how you should define yourself.
Let's not even go to the Kayamata journey. Yeah, that's a whole story for another day. Let's not even go there. But I'm not cutting you short. I'm just going to say that the young man who I spoke about, Blue Atlan, is the guy who converted from photography to delivery, and is doing very well. I'm sure somebody dragged him in here right now, but somebody said here, said Edirin, what you're saying is very true. And also, somebody else said this B&A errands. That's the Blue Atlan guy. I think
yes.
The Blue and Atlan errands. Fantastic. Someone also commented that converting your pain to advantage and creating a business out of it. Exactly what you did, converting the pain to advantage and creating a business out of it. But I would like people watching now, if you're watching, if you have questions for Edirin, she started more like an industry leader, because she, in this our environment, in the climate where we are around here, Delta State, she's about one of the first persons to start the delivery and courier individual owned ones, apart from the ones owned by transport companies around here, and she's doing very well. So if you have questions around how you started and how to start, please shoot them at Edirin. But I would allow her go on a short break. When we come back from this break, we would talk more with Edirin Esigie, and we will also take some of your questions. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Finally, the supermarket can now be brought directly to your doorstep. Yes, urbanshow.com, one of the largest southern online marketplaces, is now selling a wide range of quality products, from fresh food items to frozen foods, groceries, households, smartphones, mobile gadgets, laptops, electronics, home and kitchen appliances, men and women fashion, baby products, and other essentials you can and can't even think of. Enjoy great products for the best price possible. Deliveries in Warri take less than 2 hours and you can pay on delivery. Come on, what are you waiting for? Take advantage of this and place your orders on www.urbanshow.com. I mean www.urbanshow.com. You can also call 0704 422 2006 or send an email with your order to hello@urbanshow.com. urbanshow.com. Enjoyable shopping.
All right, welcome back. We're right back, and we had Edirin Esigie, CEO of J-Etana Services, sharing with us how she turned her pain into passion, how she turned her pain to big money. I like the comment that Oreva mentioned there. He said Edirin converted her pain to big money from wanting a pizza delivered to her right in her house because she's an introverted extrovert, which is the next question I'm going to ask her right now. What she means when she says she's an introverted extrovert. She likes to gist anyway, because I've met her at events and we've had long chats. But when you see her at first sight, she's always very reserved. I think that's what she means. But anyhow, someone is saying, thumbs up, my darling. And she also says, my friend is so intelligent. Thank you. Thank you. But I want business questions for her. Bringing her back on. Edirin, welcome back. Your friend, Cleopatra Boygbe, is saying, my friend is so intelligent. I like to be that kind of friend that your friends will be proud of.
Wow.
Yeah, they say success has many friends. So when you're succeeding, of course, you expect that you have people around you. But when you say you're an extroverted introvert or you're an introvert extrovert, how do you say it?
So I say introverted extrovert.
Introverted extrovert.
I'm a converted. I converted to extrovert. So I'm originally an introvert, so very quiet. I used to mind my business. But you see, the truth is, I say this a lot, and I think a lot of people around me are used to it. To really succeed in Nigeria, you can't be so introverted, especially if you want to be like a leader, running a company or a business. You can't be so introverted, because you need to be able to always want to sell yourself all the time. You want to carry your brand everywhere you go. You want to be able to speak up more, because although you have to pitch, even at times you don't know you're pitching. People always say, it always looks like, oh, I'll just meet Tony Elumelu somewhere, then I'll tell him. See, you're pitching to even your customers, your clients, you're pitching to them.
Drivers.
You see something? Yeah, because these days, people just don't buy products or services. They buy brands. They pay for personality. You see, they pay for what they see, how they see it. So it's no longer, I'm a quiet person. Because a lot of times I know that for some people who might have met me for the first time, or they didn't know me then, maybe you will see me and say, oh, I saw her one time. She's so, I don't think she's friendly, So they're not used to the first original me, who is the introvert. But when you see me talking, like you said, I can chat.
Yes.
Before I'm already holding conversations. I really like talking to people and hearing their ideas. So it's really interesting. But I had to be a converted extrovert. So there are days that I'm introverted, and then the other days that I'm just an extrovert.
So what you are saying, like what Grant Cardone would say, is that everybody is a salesman, and at every point you need to sell. So whether you're an introvert or not, there comes a point where you need to actually sell you.
Exactly.
More than even selling what you're doing. Like you said, people buy the personality before they even buy the product. So if it's an introverted personality, they really might not buy. So you have to turn that introvert to being an extrovert. Am I correct?
Yes.
Fantastic. So there's a question for you. I'm going to shoot to that question straight. He said, how did you gain the confidence of your clients, knowing fully well that we live in a very suspicious environment? How did you gain the confidence of your clients?
To be honest, this is a difficult question. There are days I still ask myself, how did that happen? But I think one of the first things we did was we started off as a registered business. When people hand over their parcel or any of their property to you, it's something of value. So people need to understand, especially when it comes through communication. The good part is that social media sort of levels that these days. It reduces how much suspicion, because people want to see something about you. In those days, we didn't really have websites like this. Now websites are more affordable. You have Instagram. So people feel that they can easily trace you. So one thing with social media is that you're putting yourself out there. So you first of all put your face, you introduce yourself. So this physical person is very important, because I need to know that it's you. You. That is, if I want to look for the person.
I'm buying a piece of Edirin by doing business with J-Etana.
Exactly. So people want to know, and that's the same thing even when you run a business, because in our case, we're a service business. So even if you have staff that are answering the phone and call, something that we used to do from really early is that when you pick up the phone, you say, hello, yes, you're speaking to Edirin at J-Etana. So the person has to identify themselves. It's easier when someone knows the name of who picked up the call. You know, the person is more confident. So it's very, very important that you're honest, very honest, because I mean, for people to believe in you, there's no point lying. Lying just leads to more lies and more lies and more lies. So say what you can do. I understand. I'm sorry, I'm one of those entrepreneurs. I'm really against that always fake it thing. No. There are times that someone says, oh, do you have so products? You might sell a particular product, you have just 5 pieces, but this person wants 50. You know that you have linked to your supplier. You can say yes. And then you quickly call up your supplier and say, I have a supply for 50 pieces. Or how much are you going to give me? Do you get? So, but not when your supplier is in China that does not speak English and you know you can't reach the supplier. You then lie yes. And then 2 weeks after you can't deliver, a month after you can't deliver, you know, I mean, those things are almost ridiculous. Then also you can also just, you know, as a registered business, what we did was we used to tell people, oh, you pay upfront for this or you do this, and we send you our company account. Don't always work with personal details, because you see all these personal names. We're like, where is this person coming from? Do we even know the person? Is person going to run away? Which is what a lot of people have fallen into hands of scammers on Instagram. People that tell you they have products they don't have. They didn't do video call. They didn't show you live products. They just tell you, yes, I have. You know? So I feel like in that case, that was exactly. That's one of the easiest way to gain confidence of your clients. You need to put out your face. You need to come do an introduction. Make sure that your business is legit, because nowadays what people say. I remember then it's so funny. I have a couple of people who try to use our service. They said, send me picture of your CAC, registered CAC certificate.
just to confirm that you are real.
Yeah, so after you send them company account, so you can imagine that level of suspicion.
Yeah.
But you just have to make sure you get things right and don't lie. Because the moment someone who doesn't know you realizes that you lied, they're already suspicious of you. You know?
Yes.
Sometimes you even tell the client that, oh, exactly. So it's very, very important that you're honest. You create your business to look like a business. Let it have a professional platform. You know, don't make it look like, because there are some people when you get to their business page, they're writing in funny language. So I'm already suspicious of you. I'm like, I'm sorry, what's going on here? Are you sure this person is not running with people's money, you know? So
fantastic. That's a very good question and a good answer from you. And that's a good response from me. I can confirm that. So most people say in starting a business that you need a mentor to help guide and give you insights. In the journey of your business, did you involve a mentor? If yes, how did you get one?
Okay, so this is a tricky one. In my line of business, I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have a mentor. In fact, I didn't know a lot of things I know now. So most of the things I know, I read. I researched, and then I studied other businesses. So yes, I'm that kind of person. I went to DHL, FedEx, Red Star. I went to all the big USPS. I went to their websites. I read everything that was there. I found out everything, and which I don't see why people have to lie about that. So in the case of mentorship, you might not need a mentor in your industry. The reason is because your mentor is just there to inspire you. You don't want to be like a mentor. So if, for example, the owner of DHL was here, I won't want to follow the guy everywhere to just be like him. You know, I don't want to become DHL. I want J-Etana to create its own name and its own line. So that's not the only way you need a mentor. You need, sometimes your mentors are brilliant people. They give you relationships, connections, experience. So I'll give you an example. I have someone I call a mentor rather. And I remember one day I was thinking about making a serious decision on how to scale. And I called him up and he said a couple of things that made sense. And guess what? He linked me up with someone who could raise the cash for me. So you don't, all the time when people say mentor, you don't need a mentor in your industry all the time. Person doesn't have to be in your industry. Person just needs to be brilliant enough, inspiring enough, you know, lead you in the right direction to get it
so
right.
You might have a business mentor, but not necessarily a niche mentor. Someone who is
exactly.
Yes. So fine, fantastic. Esther Grace says, what are the risk concern for logistic company? So I'm going to ask this: do you have insurance? I know that's one thing. If you lose people's packages, they get damaged. Do you necessarily need to have insurance?
So yes, in the industry you need to have insurance, but the way the insurance works is that it's called goods in transit, so GIT. And then so you don't pay like, you can choose whatever package you want to pay. If you want to do 5 million, that's your choice. So what it just means is if something gets missing and it's worth maybe 200,000, that can be paid for by the insurance, because you have insurance that covers that much. For risk, I mean, I think for me, the biggest risk is not even losing a parcel. The biggest risk is losing a staff to accidents. That's probably like the biggest risk, because we haven't gotten to a point where robots go and deliver parcels. It's just not that time. With all the technology that we have, it's still human beings that have to deliver parcels. And so they have to ride bikes, they have to get in vans and trucks or whatever. So the road really is one of the greatest for me, especially with the bikes. The bikes probably have the highest risk. Anything can happen. So losing life is probably the greatest risk. And I think with parcels, that's where insurance came into play. But even insurance can only just pay for health if the dispatcher has an accident. What if in the point of death, you can't bring back life? That's the greatest risk really for me.
Fantastic. All right, last question before I let you go and rest. I know you had the ethic day. It's from Riva, who has been one of the most consistent today. Our question is, hi, Edirin, what method do you use to meet or link up more clients? I would like to apply the method into my business. So see your secrets, the secret sauce, the cocoa that made J-Etana. She wants it to use for our own business.
I don't think there's any secret sauce. This is the thing. When we started, one of the things we did was we had a strategy on Instagram. We were stalking people. Did we get a lot of nasty responses or majority? In fact, most people, you send them a DM, they'll just open it and slide, or some of them will say, okay. Some of them will not even respond, and then they'll say, yes, they saw it. And then surprisingly, you see, the truth is, the more people ignore you or are quiet and not responding, you should continue. Don't stop there. Those same people, some of them one day had a delivery need and just decided to look for us and probably thought, I'm sure these people sent me a message one day. And somehow, they started sending messages again. So I think with marketing...
They go check that DM again and said, yes, it was here.
With marketing, you just need to be deliberate and then have like a strategy. I think industries work differently. So you see online, you see a lot of people follow clothing businesses, food. People are always eating. People love food. In fact, I don't even know how come food bloggers have 300 and something K followers. Because it's food. You've been cooking food all your life. Anyway, people are just love. So I think the strategy is to keep bringing out good content. For us, we also had to have a strategy that you go offline, because if you keep waiting for people on Instagram, services might not really move as much. With services, offline marketing has to go farther as well. So if you're doing a service-based business, think offline strategies as well, except from the internet. Then scale. So one of the things we did with scaling is reaching out to business, like proper organizations that will have need for our service. So if whatever product you're doing, you're selling, or a service, you should look out to industries where they need you and try to read the businesses. One proposal won't hurt. Just try. It would surprise you what you might get out of it.
And if they say no, you try again. Keep trying. And one day, one of the doors will open.
Yeah.
All right. I said the last one, but this is the last one now. What was your worst? What was the worst experience you have had in business, and what lessons did you learn from it?
Oh. I can't say what the worst experience is, but I think
so far
crazy experiences, like draining experiences. So there are times that third-party companies, big brands, misplace your parcel, and you're in this hassle with the customer, and then there's like back and forths, lots of insults and everything. And then there are just the times that your employees just lose it. They go off completely, because truly what we do is physically, it tells a lot on them. So I think mentally they have this. If you ask me, if you're going to ask me, because I know I see this online a lot of delivery companies are complaining, oh, my dispatch rider's this, my driver's this and that. So, you have that a lot in the industry. I think there should be like a mental health check and some sort of tutoring for these guys, because truly they are physically drained and probably affects them mentally. But for me, lessons have been a lot. Lessons, learning more patience, learning how to just and again, another thing I want to say, in our industry, if you are in the industry and you're watching, you don't get a lot of accolades. So there are days that it's draining. You feel like you put in so much, and then it's probably going to be one person out of 1,000 that's going to say, well done, you're doing great. Because, and if you think about it, nobody really remembers that FedEx delivered their parcel. In fact, people forget that. They go straight to the gift or the parcel. That's like the middleman. So nobody really goes. So it wasn't new. I had to take time to notice that really people don't really care. People don't tell USPS, oh, thank you so much, USPS, you're the best. You got my parcel delivered. People don't remember that. People just think like, oh my God. Parcel. I mean, if you sent me a gift now, I would forget the middleman. I'll be screaming, and when I call you, I'm like, oh, thank you so much, Segun. The gift is, so I will forget about the middleman. So I think we just had to learn that. You see, it's an industry for the strong-hearted. It's not for everybody. It's for someone who says, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to take up responsibility. And I'm ready to do it without people clapping for me or making so much noise about me. Just putting your best, really.
Sure. Thank you, Edirin Esigie. For people watching that want to follow you, that want to contact you, that want to reach out to you, how did they get across to you?
Okay, so you can follow us on Instagram at J-Etana.services and follow J-Etana Travels. Oh my God, there's going to be lots of interesting travel packages and so much. So if you were not traveling before, don't worry, after COVID, you're about to start traveling now. The world,
I'm telling you, this is the time where travels will be.
So follow us at J-Etana
off the roof.
Travels.
Did you hear me?
Because I think people now say, oh, so they can tell us to be in one place. Yes.
Okay.
A lot of people are going to start thinking, I haven't seen this country, and so they can decide to lock down the world for 1 year. So no. I think you should awaken that adventurous side of you and, give yourself a treat, really. Give yourself a treat. So Warri has not been having fun, but Warri is about to have fun in travels. They didn't have it before. It's about to become
I trust you. And I'm going to be one of the first on that list. And I want to also talk about it here. Give us your advert. We'll play it on the program. You saw the advert we played earlier on is from one of our own in the city. It was at an urban shop. I think you guys work with them on delivery too. I don't know. I can't remember exactly, but those are some of the things I'm promoting. All right. Before we go, Oreva says she's working on J-Etana robot, and Esther Gray says, well done. Prosper Colossus, fantastic. And Blue Atlan, I think you should connect with this guy. He says true words, nice one to do. Yeah. By the way, I'll be having Blue Atlan on our Warri based program called Everything Warri this Thursday by 8 p.m. So same thing like this, but it's more Delta and more of our locations centered. Everything Warri is on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Same time, Thursday 8 p.m. And Blue Atlan will be with us live to share on how he started that. Esther Gray says, thank you, Edirin Esigie. Beauty and brain. This is very insightful. Thank you, Esther Gray, for watching. And also, finally, Riva says, Edirin, take me with you. Don't leave me behind. Thank you. All right. Thank you to everyone who watched. Thank you, Edirin, for coming on. I'd like to give you
so much
1 second to say a last word to everybody who watched tonight.
Okay, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Please don't give up on your dreams. It will surely be fruitful as long as you're on the right path. Don't give up. Thank you.
Thank you for coming, even on short notice. Thank you, Edirin, for always being there. I will look forward to hosting you again very soon.
J-Etana Travels. Thank you so much.
All
Good
right.
night.
Bye. All right, that's been Edirin Esigie from J-Etana Travels, who joined us to share on the delivery business boom. So much more will be shared on our next week. We are going from next week, we'll be into the second half of the year, beginning of July. And so next week, I would show you all our guests for the month of July. For the 4 Tuesdays in July, I'll show you all our guests, and you can be rest assured they're going to be very exciting ones that you don't want to miss. If you are watching this after now, please do kindly share with your contact. If you have not already liked our page where you have seen all this, please do go like Segun Manuel page. And also, if you are watching on Instagram and you have not subscribed to the channel, please do go subscribe to the channel. Gracious Imate Watch from Lagos says, I'm glad I didn't miss this. Thanks, Madam Edirin. Thank you very much for watching. Until we come your way again next Tuesday, don't forget, on Thursday, we are having, this Thursday, we're having Everything Warri. And like I told you, I'm having a long list of fantastic guests. You don't want to miss it. Till we come your way again next Tuesday for Conversations with Segun. Keep watching, keep sharing, and keep doing what you're doing. My name is Segun Manuel. Thank you for watching.